Yeah. Dude.
Hey guys, Abby here. I wanted to showcase this build that I've been using, playing Remnant from the Ashes. I've got about, I don't know, 60 hours, 70 hours of gameplay. I don't know, a lot. I've been obsessed with this game. Trait rank 511 right now. Actually, no, trait rank 518. I have to put 7 more traits in. We're getting towards endgame in the traits, but I wanted to show you this build real quick that I started playing today. It's been so awesomely fun, you guys. This build is super duper fun to play and puts out the DPS like a lot. Also want to give a huge shout out to Mackers aka Depresso Machine for giving me the heads up about this Devastator and this build and how crazy awesome it is, so thank you very much. Prior to this, I was playing like a Slayer sniper type build. I've played the crit builds, but this one is by far my favorite, and it all centers around the Devastator, okay? The Devastator Crossbow right here. It has the weapon mod Skewer. Skewer fires a large spike that deals 375 damage, 300% additional stagger damage, and applies a bleeding effect, dealing 450 damage over 15 seconds, okay? It's a powerful crossbow which shoots a horizontal spread of 5 bleeds. So at first I found the crossbows really hard to use, and then I realized that if I am in more of a mid to close range with the enemy, I am more likely to hit all 5 blades and they won't spread out as much. I don't have to be as accurate, I don't have to worry about them moving as much, and so that's what I started doing. And if you play this way, it's going to be amazing, especially on the bosses that like don't really move very much and there's not a ton of ads coming at you all the time. But even in those situations, don't worry, I'm going to show some gameplay footage so you guys can see this build in action, because I streamed it for 8 hours today on my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/abbyhour, if you want to check that out. But you've got to have the Devastator. It comes from the Unclean One in Corsus. You get it from him. He doesn't have an alt kill yet, by the way, but I'm also using the hunting pistol just because I really like it and I think it hits really hard. So when I get that bonus bullet in there, it's really super nice. And I've got the swarm because it's OP and it's great for ad clearing. You could also use something like Song of Swords to buff your damage for your crossbow. So you could pop this, switch your crossbow, pop off a few shots, etc. You could also use Hunter's Mark for that extra crit chance, because when you crit with this Devastator, it's crazy. Also, since it has 5 bolts, each bolt has its own individual chance to crit. So it only has a 5% crit chance, but you'll notice that you're getting more crits than you think in your head is 5%. Also, obviously, it's not just 5%. I also have a crit chance bonus of 20% there, so that's 25, and then plus any buffs your teammates may have or you have. If you have extra damage boost, if you have Hunter's Mark for the crit chance, whatever you've got going on is only going to help and make this build even better. For my melee weapon, it doesn't matter. Pick whatever the hell you want. I don't really melee in this game. I don't enjoy meleeing in this game, so I don't do it, and I'm just running the Guardian Axe because if I happen to melee, then I get mod power. So I get my mod power. The Skewer, by the way, this huge ass spike that you control your friends with also, which I've also done. You get to hold 5. You can hold on to 5 of those bad boys. 5 of those bad boys. And you can just be like, you get staggered, and you get staggered, and you get staggered, and that's it. And also, you can stagger big ass bosses like Singe. I have a video of it. I will show you the gameplay in a moment, but first we've got the armor set here for the Bandit. It has freeloader, which is a 35% chance to replace spent bullet on hit when you're wearing the 3 pieces. 35% chance doesn't sound like a lot, but it happens pretty often. And when you get that replaced bullet, you don't have to reload or anything. This only has 1 in the magazine, so when it replaces it, you just fire again. It's just in there. And sometimes you get up to 3, 4, 5, 6. Like, you can get a bunch of procs in a row, which is insane. And for the jewelry, we've got Gunslinger's Charm, which increases your fire rate, which you can pump out those shots even faster, and reload speed by 20%, which is really nice to compensate for when you don't get that proc. So when you don't get the chance to consume, to not consume ammo from your bandit set, the reload speed by 20% really helps with not feeling like too sluggish from the crossbow reload. You can also use Frenzy Dust, which boosts your fire rate and reload speed by 15%. It also helps your teammates, so if you're playing co-op, these are really nice to have as well. And then we're using the Devouring Loop because it is super OP. I know they nerfed it on PC. I'm playing on Xbox, so they haven't nerfed it here yet, but I'm sure they will soon. But right now, its critical hits have a 25% chance to deal 300% bonus damage. It is insane when you get this to proc. I know that they've nerfed it. I believe it's probably going to be about 15% or something like that. I think it was. I can't remember the patch notes. And then I've got Stone of Balance on here, which is just a flat 10% increased to ranged and melee. Melee we don't care about, ranged we care about. I feel like this is the best way to go to get guaranteed damage without having any conditional things in there. Do you know what I mean? Like killing enemies or something like that, because you never know, there might not be enemies. You might be in a boss fight that there are very few, like Exilis, where there are none, no ads. And so I feel like this is the best ring. Tell me if you guys agree or disagree. You could also use Gravity Stone. You could also use Heartseeker, but I feel like that only works on one enemy, really. You could use Jewel of the Black Sun. I know that they buffed that, I believe, so that could be a good one. But really, you can use whatever one you want. You could use the XP Stone if you really want, you know what I mean? But yeah, so that's the basics of this crossbow Devastator build. We've also got the traits in here. Obviously, any damage traits you're going to want to spec into. You're going to want to spec into reload speed for when you don't get the chance not to consume a bullet. You're going to want to spec into critical hit damage. Kingslayer here, you're going to definitely want 20 out of 20 in Catalyst. You're going to want critical hit chance bonus as well. You're going to want that 20%. And then you're going to want the range damage bonus from Mind's Eye. That's pretty much it. Weapon fire rate is really nice too, trigger happy. I mean, whatever you think is going to buff up what we've got going on here, then do it. I have pretty much a lot of traits already since we're 518, but you get the picture. If you want to see more of this build in action, or just come ask questions or hang out, give me some criticism, whatever you want to do, you can come hang out twitch.tv/abbyhour. I stream Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday at 8 p.m. Eastern time. I'm going to roll some gameplay footage of this build in action, and you guys let me know what you think of it, and I will see you in the next video. Okay, bye.
Trying to get his foot. I'm sorry if I hit you. Somehow that didn't hit me. I don't know how. I'm dealing with her corrosive bullshit. Right side's going back. Almost dead. God damn it, I keep hitting its counter. I'm distracting all the ads. Just kill. Shooting that first. Stun up, yeah. Dude. die? Did I shoot a thing at him? Oh shit. I was trying to get hit on me. I stunned him or something. He's got like a million gajillion things at his. He's dead. Look at the bolts through his head. Can you guys see that?